welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome. My name is Dina. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today I wanted to talk about how to strengthen your intuition. And this is something that I have been really working on lately, a lot through different practices and stuff that I've incorporated into my life. But yeah, I just wanted to dig really deep into this and talk about how to strengthen your intuition. And I also have a couple book recommendations I want to share with you, so make sure you stay to the end of the video to see that. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into how to strengthen your intuition. So some of the tips that I'm giving you in this video are going to be my personal tips, but there's also some research that I did. So I'm going to make sure I link below the website that I got this information from. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first way to strengthen your intuition is to be able to recognize when your intuition is speaking. You have to understand that usually intuitions are kind of subtle. They're subtle hints, subtle feelings. When you have a feeling about something, it's not going to be like a banner that's like going across the sky telling you the answer to something. Your intuition's never going to be like bam, or at least it's not usually going to be like bam right in the face, like this is the answer, this is how it is. You have to understand that your intuition messages that you receive, they're usually going to be subtle, so you have to learn to really pick up on those. This may come in the form of a hunch, it could be goosebumps, it could be like almost like a feeling in the pit of your stomach, like in your gut feeling basically. You know when they say like you have a gut feeling about something, that something's wrong or like that you should do something, you have to listen to that gut feeling. It could be like your emotions are really telling you something, or it could just be like a really deep sense of knowing. Like you just like, I really have a feeling that I gotta do this, or I really have a feeling that I shouldn't be doing that, or I shouldn't go there. So you just like really have to learn to really pay attention to those feelings. The second way to deepen your intuition is to meditate. Meditation is really important because it allows you to really tune in to those feelings, those sensations, things that usually just kind of pass us by in everyday life because we're so busy and we're so preoccupied with everything that's going on in our day-to-day lives that we don't really give ourselves the chance to truly tune into our intuition. Usually just kind of like goes over our head. So meditation is really good at keeping you kind of like present and really be able to observe these sensations, these feelings, these gut feelings, messages that may come through. They suggest to actually meditate every single day. So even if you can do it like 10 minutes each day, build up that practice. It's gonna help you a lot in terms of developing your intuition. Number 3 is to dedicate time to listen to your intuition. And I think this is just so important because we're so busy in our modern society that it's almost like it just, everything goes over our head and we don't really take the time to notice things very much because we're always like go, go, go. Taking the time to almost like schedule in your day, okay, I'm gonna listen to my intuition like now. Although like you want to get to a point where you're like kind of tuning into it throughout the day. But if you are someone who's busy and you forget to do this, try scheduling time to tune into your intuition, whether it is through meditation or whatever it is, just to sit down and, you know, really go into that higher self and just really try to tune into what you feel like you should do. And not so much using your brain so much. Like you don't want to like overthink things, but try to like tune into what do you feel you should do and really listen to that intuition. And the next tip is to ask yourself questions. Now you can do this out loud or in your head. Maybe you have, you know, questions about what you should be doing about your job, for example. Ask yourself, is this job the right job for me? Is this what truly makes me happy? Ask yourself questions because then your intuition, your higher self, those messages are gonna start coming through. But if you don't ask the questions, if you don't actually, you know, pay attention to that, then you're not gonna get any answers. So try to ask yourself questions. Okay, so the next big thing that you absolutely want to do is to write down your answers. So you've asked yourself questions, write down the answers. And I actually found this really interesting. So neuroscience research actually indicates that intuitive insights not captured within 37 seconds will likely never be recalled again, just like dreams. So you could be getting like these like intuitive messages that are like genius and you're like, this is like what I gotta do, but like if you don't write it down, if you forget about it, then it's gone. And I found it really interesting. Actually, I'm gonna share a book with you guys. It has nothing to do with the other books that I was gonna share with you at the end of this video, but I feel like I just need to share it now. So I recently picked this book up. I actually got it at Winners. Oh wait, no, not Winners, HomeSense. It was only like 15 bucks at HomeSense, or 10 bucks actually. I think it was 10 bucks. It was super cheap. But it's all about dreams, and they actually talk a little bit about what I just mentioned of how like you tend to forget things, so you have to write down like your dreams as soon as you wake up. But it talks about so many different like creatives, like different like actors or like script writers, movie maker creators, book writers, like just so many different people, in artists too, like visual artists, that have actually gotten a lot of their inspiration from their dreams. Like, it's insane how many artists out there have actually gotten their ideas out of their dreams. But if they hadn't written that down, if they hadn't taken note of it, if they hadn't like created the art as soon as they had that vision or whatever, and like imagine how many pieces of work wouldn't actually exist. Like, it's actually insane. I can't remember what page it was. I was gonna look for you guys, but honestly, like, this book is so inexpensive. Like, I would just pick it up. You could probably find it online too, or at Indigo. I just happened to find it at HomeSense. But like, yeah, honestly guys, I would highly recommend. It's just like really interesting. It talks about all different aspects of dreams, but I felt like it kind of just made sense with what I was talking about, and that, you know, these intuitive insights that you have to take note of them before you lose them. The same way these artists took note of the things that they saw in their dream, and it turned into like an amazing like creation that affected so many different people. So I just think that's really cool. So journal, journal, journal. Like, absolutely make sure you have a journal. I would say definitely take note of your dreams, because I feel like a lot of intuitive insights do come from our dreams. And there's so many people that have had precognitive dreams. Like, oh my god guys, that's another book you guys gotta read, The Science of Premonitions. I borrowed this from the library and it was so interesting. Like, the amount of people that have premonitions and have like precognitive dreams, and this book was written by an actual doctor. Like, he looks at it from a scientific point of view, so it's not like all like woo, like there's some science backing it up. It's just like really interesting. So I highly recommend that book. Absolutely write things down. Keep a journal with you. Maybe even keep like a travel journal, so anytime you feel like you have some sort of intuitive insight and you don't want to forget it, you can take a note of it, or just take a note in your phone. That's another option that you have. The next one is to take immediate action. So if you have this intuitive insight, for example, that you should not be getting on that bus, then don't get on the bus. Take action right away. Trust yourself. If you have this feeling, if you have this gut feeling that your intuition is telling you to do something or to not do something, follow it, trust it, because that's really what's gonna help you build up your intuition. The next tip is to trust yourself. If you think this is just like some crazy thought that's passed in your mind and stuff, you're not gonna actually really develop your intuition. You have to learn to trust it. And maybe it's not always gonna be 100% accurate, but the more you trust it and the more that you listen to it, the more accurate your intuition's gonna get. And there's a couple other things I want to discuss. So there's other practices, other ways to strengthen your intuition. For me personally, I have found that working with tarot cards and working with oracle cards has been amazing for strengthening my intuition. Like, it's crazy how much, and I feel like not just my intuition for me, but my intuition for other people, because I've recently started, you know, practicing reading for other people, and it's just like, it just blew me away how many people it resonated with, how many people got a message that like really hit them on a deeper level. So I think it's just really cool how tarot cards work and how you can really build up your intuitive sense with that. So that's my personal way of really, you know, building that intuition, that and journaling. But I also have a couple books that I wanted to share with you. So I have this one right here. It's called 365 Ways to Develop Your Psychic Ability. Psychic ability, intuition, you can kind of like honestly put them both together. They're very similar. Basically, it has an activity for each day of the year. If you have time to do it each day, I don't always do that. I kind of just pick it up when I have the chance, because I feel like I am working that intuitive muscle in other aspects of my life. I feel like maybe I'd be a little bit better if I was a little bit more consistent with this, but it's a really cute book. It has a lot of different activities in there, and yeah, it's just fun. And not all of them are super complicated. There's something that you can just like honestly do in the morning, or like, I don't know, at nighttime before you go to bed. Like, they're not too complicated. So yeah, if you're looking to build your intuition a little bit more, this is a cute little book with daily activities. Also, I have this other book. It's called The 10-Minute Crystal Ball, Easy Tips for Developing Your Inner Wisdom and Psychic Powers. Oh, by the way, I got both of these at Indigo, so you can probably get them at your local bookstore, Indigo. You can probably find them online as well. This one specifically just talks about different types of divination tools and how you can use them to strengthen your intuition. It talks a little bit about the background of each one. So you have things in here about dreams, there's stuff about ruins. They have like other divination techniques from other cultures, which is really cool. Like, it gives you well-rounded different ways to tune into your intuition from all around the world, different cultures, which is really interesting. There's stuff about pendulums. Oh, by the way, like the pages in this book are just absolutely gorgeous, they're so pretty, but yeah, it's really cool and the art's really, really neat. So if you're looking for a cool book that kind of encompasses all different types of divination into one book and then just like strengthening your intuition, I recommend this one. It's really fun to read and it's just, it's a really cool book. But yeah, guys, I guess the main thing that I want you guys to take from this is that every single person on this earth has an intuition, and whether or not you believe it, you do, and it's really about becoming open to that. If you ask any psychic out there, I actually tell you that everybody is psychic. It's just that certain people have learned to like basically use this sense, this sixth sense, this muscle, and not everybody's open to it. So you definitely have to be open to it. You have to be open to trusting your intuition, and then you can build up that capability. So definitely, find a practice, find something that works for you, a technique to really build that intuition, strengthen it, and you will feel like you're trusting yourself. And this is not about something like, ooh, I'm gonna tell the future and I'm gonna be a fortune teller. Like, I don't look at intuition that way. I look at intuition as a way of almost just like bettering your everyday life. Because when you go through life just constantly doubting yourself and doubting that you're doing the right thing, and doubting that you're taking the right course, the right path, that you're making the right decision, it really sucks when you doubt yourself that much. And I feel like there's always gonna be that resistance where you feel like you're just not making the best decision for yourself and you feel like you're not doing enough. There's a lot of issues that people have with trusting themselves. I definitely do that a lot too, and I've tried to learn to trust myself. And the more that I look back on different things in my life, in hindsight, I see that certain things had to happen for me to get to where I needed to be at that moment. So I think that's just a really important take back from this. I hope that this helped you in some sort of way. I hope you took something valuable from this video. If you do like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you join the family. I post videos every Thursday and Tuesday. I don't know why I said it in that order, Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day and I hope to see you guys soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.